Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Psych Investigator. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Psych Investigator. So, guys, can you believe we are? It's unreal to be. That we are the day before the last day of the Trump administration. Can you believe it? Here we are. Here we are. I think the first video I posted on YouTube was on October 31st or 30th or something of 2017. So it's been a while. Um, to think that this day has arrived, they arrive here. But wow, interesting. So this is where we are today. And should I light the candle? 1 second. Light the candle so we can start right away. There's a lot to discuss. Sometimes when I start the discussion, I already have in front of my house. Okay, so here we have. So here. I like to ask for protection. Beautiful ray light, coming on top of my head. As I breathe in, I feel my word. Wait, 1 second. As I breathe in, I feel my lungs. As I breathe out, I create a circle. I create a circle. Step into it. Step into it. I feel connected. Step into it. I feel protected. I like to ask that informations come only from the higher sources. Let it create the good, and only the good, the good for the good people. The good for the good people. Oh, hi. So here we are, protected. It's so interesting, guys. I think the whole story with the candles started recently, relatively recently, right? I think because it's interesting. Things were always bad, right, with this administration, but I don't remember. There was some event. I forgot what it was. Why I started to use the candles. 1 second. And now I constantly I always have candles. It's worth it. Sorry, I'm moving here. I just have a tiny table here that I'm using. Okay. So hopefully don't button. No button, please. No button, no cry. Okay. So I made juice. So anyway, so that's it's a strange, it's a strange moment that we're here living through this. At the same time, I think I feel obvious. It's obvious now, right? That the feelings of like, oh, Biden wins and everything is much better. You realize like how we have a long way to go still. I think you know what I mean. Like obviously, to see we see what's going on in the country, and I think the challenge then becomes the facing American history. Which is I think in some ways American history built this moment. Right, we have to demand justice now that it's not so simple. Like I don't know, guys. I remember how I used to say that it was so strange how when Biden becomes president, it's not like we're not happy. Like oh great, like we're happy that he's a president, but it's a weird moment. Sorry, trying to like okay, it's a weird moment. Like yeah, and it's clear, like what I mean. Now it makes more sense that. Sorry, I'm moving. So now it's better. Very close here to the screen, but it works. So anyway, so it's just like it's kind of strange, to think like how I think that now the monsters are emerging, you know, the monsters are emerging, like this the monster situation, and so this is it's like obviously a complicated issue, right? And that's not gonna, what I mean? Like I'm very interested to see how this is going to develop because clearly this is the moment where they're going to have a lot of resistance, and there's all and I think the white like supremacy terrorism is really hasn't been this overt, um right? So you know what I mean? Like it's a very interesting moment, really, very I don't know, guys. I'm interested to see how this is going to come out, to develop. Because I remember the times when with the Mueller investigation, it was much more like, oh, they're going to go down and this and that. But now you see the connection is more overt than ever. The connection to the white supremacists, like terrorists, and the financiers, it's all overt and coming out more and more. So it'd be interesting to see again, how does the country this process, and anyway, so that's where we are. And so also I wanted to say that, as I've posted on the link today, I am going to be on tomorrow because I feel, guys, I don't know about you, but I haven't been sleeping very much. I think it's like, my own like nervousness, my own issues or whatever, like I drank too much caffeine or something. But I feel like, I don't know if you have felt this. It's, of course, the event are stressful. Okay, so I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna, even if I'm even if I'm not on, I would still be thinking about it. So might as well just be on, because I know, guys, tomorrow so much could happen. So much could happen, and even and I wanted to ask you. Okay, I'm not gonna decide today. Maybe probably tomorrow about Wednesday. So Wednesday, of course, I have to look at the schedule of the inauguration, because either we, I mean, I don't know if I should. I'm just, again, I'm also interested to see, maybe, I don't know if the evening, guys, how sometimes I can get tired if I do too many, but I think these are going to be such important days. So I wonder, let's do this. I'm going to look up when this, there's going to be speeches. I'm sure there's concerts and everything, but I want to know when they're going to give a speech. And then after that, we'll look into, because, guys, anything could happen. There could be people trying, uh like terrorists inside, there could be, we don't know. So I still think you, don't you think? That's what I think. I think that Wednesday also 3 days in a row, because these days are so historical, that if I, so much could happen. And even nowadays, you see, like, lately, the news are like exploding, so much news, that it's so hard to keep track of everything. So okay, so that's the announcements. Okay, so okay, guys, so let me go. Oh, sorry, let me go here to the questions and the comments. And so, okay, guys, some of you sent me, let me actually, that I'm remembering, some of you sent me, and um the best way for questions is to write underneath the post. But somebody sent some question about, here it is, Trump's final farewell. I saw this before. Joint base Andrews, then Air Force One to Mar-a-Lago, I think is up to something. So actually, I want to open this up here and leave it all open, okay? Because it's a relevant question, right? I have to address it sometime. But first, okay, so today is, oh, sorry, guys. Okay, but does it start? Okay, you said the swearing in. Is it with the Bible and everything? The time, is it exactly at 12? Because I was thinking also doing some sort of like a brunch thing, and even if, guys, it would be tiring for me to be on constantly. So what I could probably do also is to kind of play what's on the news, okay, and then I'll be there for a little while. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how long it's gonna go for, but I would be nice to watch it, okay, to watch it and to play it. Also, there's some people who are not in the US, maybe they, I don't know, right? So, oh, good. So it's at 12 Eastern. So I was like, okay, so I don't know, guys. I'm almost like, should I start at 11? Yeah, so maybe I'll start at 11. I don't know, because you know what, guys, Trump's gonna leave that morning. I'm just so curious what's gonna happen, as he leaves. You know what I mean? Like, what's gonna happen? He's supposed to, apparently, 8 a.m. They said they're going to move out 8 a.m. He wants some sort of military thing that apparently is not going to happen. So I'm just like, wow, like, what the hell, I'm just like, yeah. So sorry, here. Okay. Sorry, guys, my face has many colors today because I dyed my hair. So you see, there's like kind of gray, like the tint thing still. Sorry, it's okay. So yeah, so guys, I like I said, I don't comment on what other people say, but just use your mind, okay? Like, seriously, when certain things, like the idea that he's going to go to Saudi Arabia, like, it makes no sense whatsoever, and just stop and think about it, okay? Really. You know what I mean? Like really, just stop and think about it. Like, why would he go to Saudi Arabia? Like, just I know, because I know you listen to a lot of different people and stuff like that. So just everything that you see, even if it's intuitive, you have to use the logic. Okay. So so just like honestly, and I think there's a lot of disinformation. There's a lot, but it's just like all this stuff. You have to use your logic. It can't happen like this. The guy is not. You know what I mean? I don't want people to be like annoying. I'm sorry to it's not personal. It's just like no, forget about it. No, it's not going to happen because Saudi Arabia does not want to have trouble with the U.S. They have an arms deals with the U.S. If they do that, you know what I mean? It's diplomatically, it's not wise. So, and Trump, guys, this is the reality. Once Trump leaves office, he's useless to all of those people. He's completely useless to them. He loses the power he had. The only reason why they were nice to him or did deals with him because he was president. If he's not president and he owes all this money, he's useless. You know what I mean? He is completely useless to all these people. So, and guys, all of the people that Air Force One and whoever, all of them, they all work for the government, not for him. They're not, he's not a king, okay? He's not, you know what I mean? Secret Service, everybody, they all work. I think, we'll look into it, okay, the question of the Air Force One. I think there's, again, I just think that it would be such an international calamity. And then in the US, even though it's weakened clearly, whoever does this would have to pay a very high price economically for this, and it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. So, okay. All right. So let me start. Okay. So let's see here. Let me just go back to that here. Can you ask about Trump's final power? Join Base Andrews and then Air Force One flight to Mar-a-Lago. I think he's up to something. So what's gonna happen? Well, it's the name. It's like he wants to be associated. He's like this. He's leaving like this. And I think he doesn't. I have a feeling that there's like some sort of military or whatever it is, Secret Service or something, but it's more to make sure he goes. So it's more to make sure he goes than it is to anything like that. Okay, so I just feel like he's like this, and he wants the pomp and circumstance because he doesn't know what's going to be of him once he leaves. Okay, so just 1 second. So anyway, the story of this, it's not, I have to find here I'm trying to find this whole story of the 76. This is a little bit disinformation. It's not exactly he doesn't have exactly 76 indictments. It's something, I found here. Oh, here it is. Rumor control. The New York AG does not have 67 ready to unseal against Trump on 120. According to Paul Nolet, the AG has started or joined 67 lawsuits associated with Trump. And I think that story got conflated. Okay. So this is the thing, like even if it's like on our side, okay, it's so it's just okay. So it's not really exactly the case. There are 67 lawsuits. Okay, so just to tell you, it's not okay. Because again, it's important to follow the facts in this. There's so much going on, but again, we'll see what happens. So I see again with the idea of this, I think he wants to be treated like a king or like a president, and he doesn't want to leave, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't want to leave. No, it's okay, don't worry. He doesn't want to leave. I just see him like diminish, and he's afraid of the people behind him. It's almost like law enforcement pushed him out. Okay, there I just get this sense that he's leaving like this. And then there was the news, okay, to make something else I'm going to say here make sense. There was the news that invitations went out to former allies of Trump, and they are saying this is legit. Okay, so It was reported that they said you can bring up to 5 guests. And guys, think about it. This is, and they were saying, okay, so DC is in lockdown. There's the Biden inauguration. Why would anybody bring? It makes no sense. So I think because what I saw here is that there's these chairs, like there was supposed to be some sort of event, and nobody shows up. Okay, not just because whether or not they like him, but it's a logistical nightmare. Like, why would they do that? Because he wants, he wants the military parade with the little trucks with the thing, like a child, and nobody shows up because, you know what I mean? Why would they? Right? So, and it's saying that the staffers in the White House want as many heads as possible, and they can't. They can't. Kind of like how they would hire people for those rallies or whatever. So there's nobody, and he's like, okay. So this is it. Now let me ask you a question. Since there's so much rumor, of this story of like, I don't know how, where, this whole idea that he can direct people. So, to fly him whatever he wants. So tell me where it's just like he wants to milk the presidency brand for as long as possible because he's really afraid of the future. Okay. So tell me, so what happens? Can he tell them where to go? Can he direct? Guys, this is weird to me. Like, can I tell you seriously? You know how there's these websites or even people on Twitter that track airplanes? There's ways that you could track private airplanes, or there's like always like people like checking flight routes or something. And I see that there's some sort of like a Russian airplane. One of the oligarchs, the person lands at the same time as Trump. And I think there's some sort of like, I don't know. Okay, do I think that Trump is going to leave? No, but there is some sort of understanding or some sort of idea that he wanted to, to fly to Russia, like something like that. Okay, I don't think, or either they'd never show up, or they tell him they would and they don't show up, something like that. I don't know, because I don't feel, guys, that it will go the way he wants. But anyway, you know what? Let me put it aside because, guys, there's tomorrow, there's Wednesday. It's not super important right now to look at. There's more important things, right? To look into this. I feel like he's just deflect like this. But I don't, can I tell you, I still see Mar-a-Lago empty. Something, I just don't know that he will end up in Mar-a-Lago. Honestly, I don't know that it's so simple. I think he could, you know what I mean? Like, not, because it's very, this whole situation, Trump pushed all of this. Imagine, like, he lied, had terrorists do all these things for him. And then he has to leave, and it didn't work. He still has to leave. And I just feel like there's a gap here. There's a gap here between his expectation and the reality. And I think he's capable of anything. And I just, because I see that there's like the thing they were waiting. I see that there's like the whatever airplane is on the tarmac waiting for him, but he doesn't arrive. I still think, guys, that there's a chance that he could go to Walter Reed Hospital. I really do. Because I don't see that, so this is what I feel like. I don't see him inside. It's like there's a pilot waiting for him as scheduled, but he doesn't. I don't know. It's really weird. It's empty. Like the airplane never arrives. It's kind of empty, and like he just fades away immediately. It's weird. It's not that he dies, but he fades away. He's hidden, or he fades away or something. Okay, but again, it's weird. Tell me what's going to happen. Yeah, guys, let me pause this because, again, it's a speculation that is not super important. Today is Martin Luther King's Day, but I just feel like that he becomes a shadow immediately. It's weird. It's like he disappears. It's not like he disappears, like they don't know, like, but it's like he goes in total, what is it called? Like, oh, he's afraid. And I see him like he's looking out in the curtains. He's afraid of the lawsuits that are coming his way. He can't, think about it, guys. How many lawsuits exist? How many? Like, probably at least 5,000 lawsuits. How the hell is he going to escape this? He doesn't know how to. So, think about it. All hell breaks loose when he loses power, because the power, this is the thing, guys, the loss of power is immediate. Even though he has a brand, right? He can still command like a lot of followers. he is not in a good position because he needs people, he needs money. Think about it. It's really interesting. And so, okay, so and there was an analysis about, okay, what could how could Trump make money? Could he have a media brand? And they were saying that the problem with Trump is that he's never used his own money for anything. He always had investors or loans or something. And now that he doesn't know how it's like to build a business from scratch, how to, what I mean? Like he just, it's not him. So that's what I think. Now let me put it aside, okay? Is it okay? Like, because I feel like I'm more curious about the other things. I just think he's completely deflated the day he leaves and he just fades away. That's my sense. I don't know that we will even see him giving press conferences, but let's look into this when we ask the question about the documents that, the intelligence briefings, because that's a very important question. I think is connected to this. Okay. Okay. So is it okay? So let's go here. Okay. So let's talk to, okay, MLK Day. So we'll find out from him and or spirits, because he might not be available. Okay, insights regarding what comes next for America. Any messages for us regarding the new president and VP, security at the inauguration, and the future of America. Okay, so that's more important for right now. Okay, so tell me what's going on. Wow, guys, this is like a really clear image here at first. It shows, first, I see these images of things burning, fires. And I see the man with the KKK hat, and he's referencing the stuff that used to happen before the civil rights. So the burning of the churches, the burning of the cross, or whatever it was like that they would do. And it's like in the small towns in the South, they would do it. Would the terror was daily. It's saying it's not just that there was quote unquote racism, is that the terror that existed was like this. It was truly, like, in some ways, a true definition of terrorism, right? They would be saying, like, at night it was dark and they would put fire on things. Like fire was a big deal. Like it was somehow, they was used a lot. So then it shows, guys, and then it shows that and then the next image is that the same KKK people now went to the Capitol. It's the same mob, right? The same mob went to the Capitol, and they are doing this to the entire country. So it's saying that and then it shows. So then is this image of the burning in the South back in the day. Okay, there was, I think it's, let's say we was sort of the norm, right? Like there was never they were the police. There was never any, like, nobody could ever, like, doesn't make sense. Like they could get away with it forever. And then it jumps to today, where the mob again comes, and in some ways it's about this sort of burning down, right? And it shows, guys, that before they would burn the black churches, they would burn people's houses. But then they went to Congress and they want to burn Congress. Why? Because they believe that Congress is like the house of the slaves, quote unquote. The same. Like, I know it's like, it's so interesting sometimes to see these things, because sometimes it's so clear, and it's so you know what I mean? There's no fat in between. It's very to the point. So the point that they're making here is that once African Americans attain rights and could change America for the better, and attain, attain real power, okay, and they were able to attain real power, then like then the current version of KKK came. Okay, and that's what they're doing, is that once they started to believe that Congress was giving power to the people that they oppressed, that they burned. You know what I mean? Honestly, and I think, it's not even the point, like how conscious or unconscious this is to them. The point is that there's a direct connection here, is saying. And then the next image is the hoods of the KKK. They're being lifted. So he's saying next is lifting the hoods of the KKK. And they're saying they started to feel so comfortable that they would out themselves as being part of it. Like not necessarily as an organization, like, oh, here's my little card membership of KKK, but that in some ways, white supremacy in general, right? So now they felt with Trump, they felt so emboldened that they took over the country, or they were like, let's do this. We have support, we have backing. And the next step again is to lift the hood. So everything that has supported this, it's like this, and I see the image of the hoods, them lifting, but also us lifting their hoods and being somewhat I don't say I don't think anybody's surprised, but guys, really, if you think about, if you take the small, and again, I don't, I'm not a historian, I don't know all the details, but back in those days, I believe that in a lot of those towns, the I believe in a lot of those towns, people who suffered, I'm sorry, the perpetrators were powerful people. They were not, this idea of the economic anxiety. Again, it's not true. It's, what really it was really about, it was about power. It was not about economic anxiety, it's about power. And the one that they use the word power a lot, white power, power, like the word power is used so much because it really is about power, maintaining their power, holding on to power. And that's what this is about. It's not about like, oh, I don't have a job or something like that, or whatever it is. It's about the quote unquote, the no, a word they like to use a lot, the elites, but truly the economic elites in some ways in those small towns. But if you transpose it to the world of today and to politics of today, it's more clear. You know what I mean? Like how that is. So this is that. It's like and guys, again, there's this conversation about class. Is it class? Is it, no, it's about, it really is like what happened here is about that. Okay. So this is it. So in other words, what happens in the capital is a consequence of this. Okay. Is a consequence of this. So then again, going back to him. Okay. So he's saying America has to, it's like this is this is the root of it all. This is the saying, the root of all evil is this sense that some people believe that they are entitled to certain levels of power. They're totally unnatural, and they will do anything to keep that going. And what's so sad, guys, it's really is that is that terror is not new. You know what I mean? Like again, this idea of the white supremacist terrorism is actually is a very prominent part of American history. It's saying, okay, and that it's always been, it's the same. And guys, the same thing that those stuff we see on television, like, oh, let's forgive them, let's like hug each other. That's how we got to today. We don't hug, let's hug each other. Yeah, let's hug. And it's saying how awful it was that all the people who suffer, African Americans, they knew who these people were in town. It wasn't a secret. Like they would be like wearing those things, but they knew who these people were deep down. It was not a secret. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't overt, like to the point where they're like, here, like, even though you see those photos of lynching, like the ones that were the leaders, they were, but it wasn't like, oh my God, let's find out who that person is. Oh, like it was obvious. Okay. So it's the same. I feel like it's those people that feel like they are entitled to, but okay, I have a question. What is wrong? I don't know how, so to me it's like, okay, so, and the stuff I linked to, did I talk about it yesterday, guys? No, yesterday, the other time. There was some sort of like a tech right-wing event or something, and there was a panel that said slaves in power, the power of like slaves are in power or something like that, which I understood to mean they believe that this time that we're living is like the slave class, quote unquote, now takes power. What do they think? And it's like, imagine their minds are in the, what is the 18th century. They really believe that the world should be like the 18th century. And it's like, wow, I can't even believe, like, how do I find it so, I just can't, I'm just like, are you serious? But this is, yes, they are serious. They're serious, and they have been serious, and they believe that shit. They believe it. They believe it. They spend a lot of money making sure, seriously. So how, okay, so this is almost like the most, so tell me about these people that believe that. It's like, well, he's saying, well, they can believe that, but we can also believe what we believe in. And we set the agenda, not them. Okay. So it's a kind of like it's like those, it's not religions. There's, people who dress like they live in the 19th century. It's sort of like that. It's like a fantasy of a historical revisionism that is completely out of touch with reality. So Wow, it's so interesting. Okay, okay, so tell me more. So it's like, yeah, just the same way that a person, like a teenager who doesn't, it's like it's not our job to help them grow up. If it's like a teenager who commits crimes or something, like it's not, it's a criminal activity and it has to be treated as such. Holding hands with those people doesn't work. They get more and more, they get more bold and more violent and more evil. And it's saying the problem of like America in general is the image, is like the facade. Oh, it's a perfect country, everything is so great, why are you complaining? Why are you complaining? Meanwhile, that's what they do, they're complaining. Why? Because I can't have slaves. Can you believe it? They want to take away my right to have a slave. Are you serious? What? Because that's essentially what this is about. Okay, I'm sorry, this is what this is about. Okay, the idea, this is like, okay, and I know it sounds so like infantile, but it is, and it's also evil. It's like an evil childlike, but evil. Okay, like in the sense that they're like, I can oppress people, I'm entitled to it. And some people are worse. Some people are meant to be below. I just, I don't get it. Like, I really don't get it. But that's what they fight for. This idea that, why, okay, seriously, why, why? I mean, really, why do they think like that? Why? Because it's saying power. Oh, that's interesting. It's saying here because of power, because in American history, power and white supremacism, no, supremacy, sorry, power and white supremacy were connected. So, in other words, if you would like to be a powerful person, quote unquote, the easiest way to do it is to worship at the altar of white supremacy. Interesting. So you can't really dig very deep because it's like when you excavate a little bit, it's there, it's right here, it's like not that, it's right here. So you know what I mean. So it's like in the towns and in the cities, it's sort of like to be for white supremacy was to be on the side of the most powerful, and that is how you got power, and that how you got prominence, is that you never challenged, you kind of went on the bandwagon, as opposed to like being rebellious or whatever you call it, or like, let's give people justice. No, I am better. I'm better. You are a slave for me. Yeah, like okay, so so in other words, in because it's saying that if you, this is like it's even, guys, this is like so cruel and so awful. This is how it maintains itself, is that if you like to have a position of power, you have to be okay with certain things that are not acceptable. Right. So this is how Trump, for example, why a lot of business people that have a very legit, not every person who supported Trump was crazy and illiterate, or like, even the business people, some of them were very legit people who built big businesses, but they were willing to support him because they thought, oh, he's about the cause, and the cause was some sort of a capitalism or whatever that is. But it doesn't make sense. But the thing is, like, I just see here, so tell me more. Yeah, this is the thing. It's like, if you, so let's say, for example, like if you challenge, again, this is a thing. It's like you have to support, you cannot challenge. It's about some sort of traditional values. Okay, so for example, let's say you're a prominent person of color who rose in the ranks and like got promoted or whatever, right? At some point you would run into this and you couldn't challenge, because it's like the idea is that we look the other way and let you succeed, but in order for you to be here, you have to accept our values, and our values are that some people are better than others because of their color. I'm serious. So this is like how it maintains itself. Okay. So this is interesting. Yeah. So, but this is, guys, what I'm describing here is not, like I said, it's not a class issue or capitalism versus, like, it's not that kind of traditional thinking of like, oh, it's, capitalism does this to people. No, it's that it's very personal. Okay. It's just saying, like, a person who is a person of color, it's a different treatment. It just is. And it just is. Okay. And also women and stuff like that. It's a different thing. It just is. And you can't challenge, this is the thing, you can't challenge that. And if you were to challenge that, you would not go far in your career. You had to look the other way. Okay, that's what it's saying. Okay, that's what it's saying. And so I think at some point, people that have, they live a sort of like a level of authenticity and truth, they drop out of those systems because they can't handle it. Like it's too much, it's too fake, and it's too evil. Okay, so so saying, okay, okay, so so what's the way forward for America? So it's saying lifting the hoods, showing who the people in the KKK are, and and it's saying connecting, putting the, finding out who finances these groups also, and what else? And but it's saying that the society at large has largely, how do you say it? Like, this is, the old power structure has been there for a long time, but society has progressed in some ways, many ways. So there's a clash of values, right? So there's a, people start demanding that certain values are followed, and also there's all these challenges with COVID, and then we run into this. But it's saying that the solution to this and the way forward is transparency, is showing who pays for what and who's behind it. Saying like it's very much about revealing the money. It's like you have to get, what is it called, the thing I talk about all the time, um Citizens United, right? Revealing who pays for which politician, who pays for what, because that is how you find out who is behind every, it's like once you find out who's behind everything and everything is transparent, you can't hide anymore. You can't hide, and you can do it anymore. Okay, so what, where are we in terms of America, in terms of going forward, the way forward? What's going to happen? What's happening now? And it's showing that, it's like Donald Trump is like a magnet for white supremacy, right? Like he but the good side of Trump is, if anything, is that this time will lift up the monsters that were always hidden and were behind the scenes. And now they feel so comfortable that they're like, oh yeah, let's, this is like, guys, those women, like the woman who's like, oh, I had a, she got her private jet. She got her private jet to travel to the, oh yeah, I just, I'm gonna go, I did nothing wrong, I just think about it, like you commit this level of violence, and like you think you're just gonna come back and like, oh yeah, I want to fly back. Yeah, why not, why not? So this is like this weird violence. Okay, it's so strange, like the, you know what I mean, like it's like these are the civilized, quote unquote, people, right? They are they do this, and then the next day they go back as if nothing happened. Like, so okay, so guys, it's saying here that, again, it's about, when we find out how much money those people, like the PPP, like the scandals going forward, we're going to see for the next couple of years, at least, the exposure of all the money, you know what I mean, all the crimes that were committed in the Trump administration, as far as the PPP loans and all those fake companies, and it's going to be the entangling in public of all those financial connections. So this will be really interesting, I think, to see, because it's going to show that even though people in companies and whoever says, oh, I'm not really racist, I'm not this, no, you are. You really are. Like, you don't mean what you say, and you don't, you know what I mean? And it's saying that we're at the kind of death throes of like extreme capitalism, where it's both white supremacy and there's like libertarian, the whole libertarian thing, right, where they think it's all, you could get away with anything, exploit everybody and their mother. And then, why, right? Why? And then you see, this is like the end of this. Once everything is exposed, then we see it's unsustainable. And it's saying that the devastation from COVID will demand accountability. Like, we're not going to be, every country is suffering from this. So we're going to have to rethink a lot of things. And this is, as this stuff is really exposed, um, it doesn't make sense. It's like, there's a reckoning. Okay. There's a price to pay. Because if theoretically those people had succeeded and had this destroy the country, there would be no economy, there would be no business, there'd be nothing, right? Because that's what they wanted. So and it's not like what happened in World War II, where there was America went and rescued Germany and Europe or whatever, right? No, it's not that. There's not going to be anything like that. So we really are going to be screwed. So there has to be a way that it's saying, like, you know what I mean? It's saying, it's kind of, in some ways it's simple. It's saying it's all about accountability. It's all about accountability. So once you have accountability, you have people, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's very interesting. That is not so complicated. It's more about, like, it's stop the gaslighting and show the connections. It's like the stuff, there's so much disinformation to distract people from all of this. And it shows me the image of Sheryl Sandberg. Oh, let's lean in or whatever. Like, when all of, they've been exploiting the population, even the stuff with social media, that they were happy. I feel like actually showing me, sorry, I want to move some because I need to get a warm thing here. So it's showing that even Facebook was very happy at what they felt, so proud of the Trump thing, because they felt like they accomplished that. But when they see the riots, what you call, whatever you call this, like the insurrection, they're like, oh, maybe it went too far. Now they, you know what I mean? It's not so good for them anymore. So it shows this. And so let me ask a question, guys. Okay, so here is okay. So MLK, what else do you need? What else do you want to say? Is there anything else that you would like to share here? It's saying that all people created equal, and that it's a lie. Anything that is not, this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and that humanity has to account for that. Like, it's like, as we get closer to a more, humanity gets closer to a reflection between heaven and earth. That is the ultimate equalizer, right? Why is it that is oppression really necessary? It doesn't make sense. Like, it's not that we want to have, of course, like communism or anything like that, but it doesn't have to get to the level that it is, where we basically support these companies. We are like, they have they essentially, they are they get the quote unquote welfare. It's like the corporate welfare idea, right? Which is true. So this is interesting. Okay, so it's, it's for the good, but it's saying now is the moment when they're being exposed, and they are gonna fight with all they have, because the right to oppression is essentially what this is about. Those people are fighting for the right to keep oppressing others. I'm serious. Okay. So, guys, 1 second. I need to get a little thing. 1 second. Oh, oh, okay. So, okay. Oh, don't fall. Okay. So, anyway, okay. So here I am. All right. I'm here. So this is just a little chilly. It's the same color as sofa. Okay. So anyway, okay. No, what I did warm, very warm, very warm. So okay, so this is that now. Yeah. So the direction of so Patrice is saying something. I do think we're heading the direction of equality, though the road will be long. Is it true? Like, I don't know. I don't get a sense it'll be necessarily long. I think the long, it's saying, no, it's just changing the system. It's like there's going to be a lot of new laws. They're saying we have to just make sure that justice is followed. Doesn't make sense, because, guys, in some ways the laws are in place. The problem is that they're not executed. Certain people don't go to prison, and it's like the moment you have transparency and people stop using the system to, gaming the system like Trump, then we have change, and that's where we're headed. So I don't feel like, okay, is it long? No, it's transparent. It's more like, think about opacity and transparency. We're going to go from 100% opacity to less, like, until the idea is that eventually we're going to have a world that is very transparent. Everything is going to be transparent. So that's where, that's where this is headed. Is it long? I don't know that it's long. I'm not sure if that is the correct, like the question. Is it long? It's saying it's more of a yes or no question. Like, is it fair or not fair? Is it right or wrong? That's the answer here. The question, the answer. Because it's saying, guys, it's saying we need to be saved. Like, this is a moment of like a lot of hardship for a lot of people over the world with this COVID situation. So we have to come together to find a solution. And that, guys, when you think about, I was like mad about this the other time. You know how they like said that they were like they don't have, they mess up the vaccines. They try to do everything they can to harm others. And I was talking to my brother and he said something like, it's amazing how little they care for human life. Their blatant disregard for human life is incredible. It really, it's almost like a religion for them. Don't you think? It's like, wow, those people, they really don't care about others at all. And that's the point. It's like, how can we maximize the suffering of others? That seems to be the goal, right? They have no, like, it's just like about extracting resources and leaving. That's what it feels like, right? That's, to me, that's what is about. So, okay. So now the other, now guys, let me go to a different question here about MLK. I don't think anything serious is going to happen, but I'm concerned about the security during the inauguration. Is everything good? Because especially how he died, obviously Dr. King. I remember how I told you guys he was also in a hotel, right? When he died, like he was from like, I feel like I saw it before, there could be some sort of a sniper situation, but tell me what's going to happen. Is everybody protected? Is everybody safe? Tell me about the family of President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. Are they going to be okay? Guys, again, it's interesting. He's like, he has a face like, yeah, but, he's okay. You know what I see? I see two or three people getting caught. I see that it could even be like, it could even be the case of like the postponing of the something could happen in a way that it's like they have to change the time, or it's a little late, or Biden's a little late for the confirmation, something where they have to be moved very quickly. I see, to honestly, guys, let's pray. Okay, yeah, just yeah, pray. But I see that he points to like, his face is like, like this, like, as as if to say there's plans to make something happen, but they're going to be foiled. And it's something about, it tells me something like, we're going to be surprised who these people are and who they are linked to. And they're going to try to say they're lone wolves, but they're not. They're part of organizations. And so, guys, that honestly, to be honest with you, I believe, okay, I really believe that there could be, I don't think, in other words, I don't think that they're going to be harmed, no. But do I think there's going to be attempts? Yes. At two or three. Okay, two or three. And I see, guys, this also that I mean, should I even say this? I guess it's okay if I say it, okay? But that the whoever, like Secret Service or whoever the handles these things, they have motion detectors. I don't know how else to put it. Something like they could point something in a, I don't know even know how they do this, but it's something like in the building, you have this vision thing where you could detect the movements, the heat of the body or something like that. So in the buildings that surround where the vice president and the VP are, and the president are, and their families, they have these like light, like heat detecting things, and they could see that there's people moving when they shouldn't be moving. You know what I'm saying? So there's people moving. I don't know if they hide behind a curtain or so. That's why I told you windows. Windows is like, you know what I mean? So they can see that there's like the heat map, like a heat map. That's what it is, a heat map of the buildings around, and they can pick up like, hey, there's a motion in the thing. Where is that? So they foil those people. But guys, I see a man. hiding underneath, like behind a curtain with a rifle. Okay. My God, it's telling me, guys, please tell me. Okay. Say National Guard marksman. The person was I don't know if they have a position like that, but it's saying National Guard marksman. Is that even a thing? I don't know. So it could, something from the inside like that. So let's say, is there a thing like that? National Guard marksman. Is there such a thing? Wow, it's saying here marksmanship badges. Okay. Wow. Guys, it's saying here, there's a question from Google. Does the National Guard have snipers? And the answer is the results of recent sniper competitions revealed that some of the US military's best snipers are in the National Guard. Wow. Wow. Oh my God, there's a training center in Little Rock, Arkansas. National Guard Marksmanship Training Center. Wow. So, guys, this is crazy. Okay. So, if anything, okay, pray for the light around President Biden and Kamala that this will be exposed. Because I think again they're going to pick up on people with this heat detecting thing. I don't know, isn't there? I think I read about it that there's like heat says, let's see, heat detecting war. Let's see if there's something like that. Infrared. Oh, is that right? Thermal imaging, heat seeking. Yeah. Thermal cameras. Wow. Thermal cameras. I think something like that. Okay. So this is it. So wow, guys, this is crazy. Okay, this is crazy. I sometimes think like, should I send this stuff to like whoever the FBI secrets? I don't know. So because it worries me. I don't think anything's gonna happen. Maybe they're already gonna do it. I'm just like, okay, this is wow. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm just focusing here, trying to. Do you have questions about? I'm almost like a kind of. I'm almost a little, to be honest, like I don't know, scared is not the word. Doesn't make sense. Like I'm a little apprehensive. So what should we know about the security systems? Is everything going to be, I know I'm asking again, is everything going to be okay? Let me use the cards, okay? Is everything going to be okay? Oh, I see a person like this. Put your hand behind your back, okay? So I think, like I said, there could be several of them, honestly. 2 or 3. But guys, background checks. Yeah, I know, but you know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? I'm sure that a person who's like really wants to do this, I'm sure a person is like, these are the ones that are kind of like, McVeigh, the guy McVeigh. He was a military, like those people that are the scariest are not the ones that are like, that about necessarily. They could be like, how they could be like preparing for this moment. So okay. Because I feel, guys, unfortunately, I see there's a network of people in the National Guard who are like, in some of the military, they tell each other things and they will try to find out. Nobody knows where Biden's going to be and Kamala, for obvious reasons, right? They don't. It's some sort of location, like, but they're trying to share. But guys, seriously, like I said, I don't think those people are going to be like, hey, I'm gonna go in the thing. That's right, exactly. They can weed out the wolver ones. But I okay. So what's going on? Let's see. Okay, the bear, power, also strength. this is like the power, and this is the could be the group. The letter would be, there would be like social media could be, so they could find the people that are um because I had said this before, guys. This is not the first time, okay? So, okay. So, don't like the stuff like when people I almost don't want to know because um so interesting. Guys, seriously, I said before, like if you somebody said such and such, I'm a little bit sensitive to that. So if you at least tell me the name of the person, but I don't, because sometimes if you post something, I interpret as like I don't know who the person, you know what I mean? Like I know you like to talk about whoever said who, whatever, but compare. But for me, it's like distracting a little bit, and also unless it's like if you don't even remember the person's name, I don't, it's like don't tell me honestly, because I don't, you know what I mean, like if either you know the person, you could trust them or whatever, you know what I mean, like it creates noise for me honestly. So I don't need to know whoever says, because then you know what I mean, like it's, and I'm kind of, as you know, I'm a little bit paranoid that people sometimes steal my stuff I say. So I don't, you know what I mean, like, so if you don't know the person's name, don't you know what I mean, like try to like not share, because then I get paranoid that someone's taking it, and then it's okay, but anyway, the point is that now here more information, like they could be paid a lot of money to do it. I think, guys, and also the whole MLK connection here, I see that he's kind of saying that in his case, of course the police knew this could happen. They had information back in those days that this could happen, and they didn't do anything about it because they wanted him gone. Really, right? They wanted him gone, and it happened. And guys, it's crazy, the parallel, right? Like this is how these assassinations happened in the 60s, and for similar reasons, I think. So it's like it's the difference now is that we're gonna have, okay, so what is the why okay, why how okay, why are we gonna be able to stop it this time? Why? Because we say you have better systems of detection, have these heat web, things. And what else? In a way, it's saying in a way, because okay, guys, let's say it's saying here, if there hadn't been the thing in the capital, maybe we would not have known, and we would not be this is like ironic, right? That it happened, that in some ways it helps, like in a way it helps, that like, does it make sense? It's interesting. It's interesting. That it had to be, because it's saying, guys, they are saying they have to be extra careful, because they have to pay extreme attention now. And if it hadn't happened, maybe we would be surprised, right? But now we can't. Nobody can afford. And it's saying Biden is too smart. He knows that he has a lot of friends in the, that it's not his first rodeo. So okay, so he knows these things better. Okay, so interesting. So thinking of victory, waiting. So like, look, look, guys, this is a person waiting for, you know what I mean, like victory. This is also like the victory. It could be they're waiting for the time of the speech where they could use it. Okay, like that. So it's saying like this is okay. Wow. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm like, have you noticed? I'm like kind of like, wow, kind of I'm shook. I'm shook. So in a way it's saying that was even though it was awful what happened, in a way there is a positive side to it, which is that there's no excuse for it. There's absolutely no excuse for it. And because, and you know what I mean? And this is going to be right. And I think, like I said, I think that Biden is very, guys, he's very religious, and the Kamala is very protected also. So I think they pray and they have help. Not that obviously Dr. King didn't have, wasn't praying, but the circumstances are different. I think circumstances are very different. And it's like, is it going to be, I think it's going to be on TV, guys. I think it's going to be on TV. I don't know. I hope, you know what? I hope nothing happens at all. But it's possible that we could be like breaking news. The snipers were caught, and I see, because I swear I see these images of like helicopters, and they're like hands above your head or something like that. They had to evacuate the building, and there's like, say, an active shooter in the premises, active shooter has been identified as, and I see the name Mark. First, I don't know if it's marksman, but also Mark. Okay, sadness at like look at like the stuff that is discovered under they find money. So I think it's interesting. It's interesting, and guys, the thing is, it's going to expedite the need to call this what it is, which is terrorism. This is terrorism. That's what it is. And until we call it that, those people are going to, they're desperate. They're like, how the hell, this is like, they really believe that the white supremacy era was upon, this is it. Trump was all about white supremacy, and we're going to get rid of black people of color. We're just going to exterminate. I'm serious. Like, those people are insane. Okay. It's like the Christian right, whatever idea. And when it doesn't happen, and when they realize, it's like they're desperate because they believe this fraud for so long, and they're prepared. That's all. That's all. And guys, a lot of those like Christian cults, they have this end of times thing. In other words, some of them are prepared to die. They could really, they're not like, these are the like. Oh, one second, I just want to. These are the like the more dangerous types. So, my God, can you believe it? Wow. Sorry, I'm like digesting information. So okay, so it's saying, when you pray that thank God that the plots are exposed. Thank God, just say, give thanks that they're protected, and any plots to harm them are exposed. Just say it, okay? Okay, stuff like that. Okay? Okay. So okay, wow. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm like, okay. So I'm going back. Wow. I don't know. Do you have questions about this? I'm sorry. No, sorry, ISF. I didn't mean to be. It was just like, because I get, this is like such a weird thing to say. The stuff I've seen, that I don't want to get like, but it's true. Maybe, guys, I don't know. Okay, so I have many, there's questions, and if I don't get to cover all of them today, I'll definitely cover them tomorrow. There's a lot of things to talk about. So tomorrow, guys, Trump is going to give pardons, 100 pardons supposedly. So we'll talk about those. Don't you think we'll talk about pardons? We'll talk about pardons on tomorrow, because that's the day when they're going to come out with pardons. And they said tonight, they're saying that Trump is not going to. I know it's like, I just want to see when I believe it when I see it. Within this case, he said he's not going to pardon his kids or himself. I don't know. We'll see. So let me go back here. So Okay, so now this is kind of important. I think it's an important question here, Michael. Okay, so over the weekend, guys, Trump moved to install this guy named Michael Ellis as a lawyer in the in the NSA. So 3 days left for the presidency, and he wants to install this guy who's clearly shady. And then the NSA said we're moving on with this guy, and it's like the NSA, the whole surveillance thing, and it's like this is the thing they say, guys, that it scares them. It scares them because it's like I think it's like they're creating propaganda about I don't know something like this. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen because this is they're saying I was watching the news. They're saying the intelligence people say the danger is that he could declassify information to Russia, to benefit Russia or another foreign country. So this is the thing. We really want to find out here. What is he going to do with the NSA, right? I think what's going to happen with this guy, Michael Ellis, is he going to, so what is he going to do? Is he going to be able to do something to harm the country? Okay, the first thing I see is that he comes in and there's like these cameras everywhere, like a little, little, like, okay, let's say here I'm in front of a computer, right? So there's a cameras like all around him, and it's like inside his computer. It's like he's under surveillance, like hardcore surveillance, because they know, you know what I mean? They know what's going on. And I think he's going to try to find information to share, but I don't think that it's going to be so I think it's weird. The images are weird because it's like he tries to remove something. It's a piece of paper, but it's like a computer, so maybe he wants to find some files or something like that. And he tries to pull okay, I don't know if you ever had this experience. Okay, I had the experience before where I got I got paper stuck in the shredder. Have you had this happen? Is it terrible? So it's kind of like he tries to pull, but the paper is stuck in the shredder, and he needs the piece of paper, but he can't get it out. So it's the situation where he makes a request for a specific document, and the people there are like, oh, sorry, we're gonna have to wait another day, or like they try to like win time before he can. I think it's like he wants access. It takes a little while for him to have access to the documents or something like that. And so by the time, I think the moment Biden is in, oh, guys, I see, God willing, that the moment he has in, I think it's almost like a military thing where they get the people. There's a list of people that are the danger to national security, and this guy is on that list, and so they get him out, like get him all out fast, because it is scary, right, guys? It is very scary. So they get the person out fast before any harm could happen. Okay. Let's see. What about this Michael Ellis person? What is he going to be able to accomplish? Let's just see, guys, because this is the thing that Trump, the question of what could Trump do, even worse than the idea of attempting to flee is this. What is he going to be able to get, documents or something, either to sell or to share or whatever. So I also think that this guy is told that he is underserved. There's something like he's kind of like he's made aware that he's going to go, it's a espionage act or something like that. That if he does this, then, and it's something high up in the, the military, the America, like the Joint Chiefs of Staff, that level. Okay. So guys, okay. So here is one. Okay. So so what is it? Okay. Look, world. So it's something at a little foreign country or blackmail. Look, anger. Is he going to succeed? Blocked. Yeah, the ball blocked. Blocked opportunity. By the, in the institution. So blocked. He was blocked. in the name of love. Blocked in the name of love. Guys, did you see the producer Phil Spector died? Meeting. See the meeting? Hmm? Letter. Have letter? Okay, ideas. So it's like they want. I need the letter. I have meeting because I need the letter. I know boss here. I need the letter. Need the letter. Fast, fast, please. Fast, fast. Because and truthfully, guys, I don't understand how. Okay, what that level of job where you're the head or something like that. It takes a little while. Okay, like how do you get the passwords, the access immediately like that? Don't you think it's kind of like, I think in every job, like it would take a while, and unless it was like everybody, I don't think it's going to be so easy to do this. Okay, and I think there's a lot of, like, I don't say spies, but there's something there. It's not so simple. Wow. So anger, so upsetting, something really upsetting. He's caught, I think, trying to do this, and I think he's escorted out of the building. Lindsay has an interesting question. Trump isn't clever. Where are all these plans coming from? It's saying that Trump, the Russian, I think is most okay. Who is behind it? The Russians, who has these plans? It's like he know, guys. I think they know from the beginning of the Trump administration. Remember, guys, how the day that Comey was fired, that there were these Russians in the White House. We saw the photos of them, right? And Trump was bowing to them. This was the beginning. They've been directing him to do certain things for them. It's sort of like it's the blackmail thing, right? If you give me, it's say the Putin or whoever the intermediaries are, say I want this and that. If you don't, this is how this is what I want from you. So they go do it. So the world here is, in other words, suggests that is it something foreign? That is something foreign. It's like it's the cover up thing. It's the way to cover up for them. And I was watching MSNBC today, and someone on one of those panels said, the person said, quote, I was watching Fox News, and on Fox News they're talking about Carter Page and surveillance. And then it makes sense, guys. Maybe they're trying to get some story about Carter Page, how the whole thing was fake. But this seems more nefarious, right? So is it something foreign? Okay, and expected to create an ending. Change, yeah. So guys, it's telling me it's the foreign coup is an extension of this foreign coup situation. Oh, and by the way, I forgot, guys, there's so much. So there was I there's so much going on, I forgot. I'm sorry about this. So this is like the bodies of the exposure. I think this could even be Jared or this guy. So it was something about Chris Miller is one of there's three people that were installed into the front the DOD. Chris Miller, Kash Patel, and this other guy, Ezra Cohen Watnick Cohen, something like that. So there was this interview recently of Chris Miller, and then someone said, oh, it was an interview, and he said, like, what about Russia? And he said, well, Russia, they're doing well. They do such a good job with information, something like that. Like so the person's comment was, it's very suspicious what he said. He's pro Russia or something like that. So does it make sense? So I think it's the entire cover up crew for this. And it's like, I get the sense here that is all about covering up their crimes and stopping current investigations into them, like something like that. But I don't see, okay, so what happens to this guy, Michael Ellis? What happens to Michael Ellis by, let's say, January 22nd, which is Friday, I think. So by Friday, where is this guy going to be? Uh-oh, get what he wants? Look, he's stolen, exposed. Absent. He's not there anymore. Oh, here's the fake friend. He's a traitor, right? He's a traitor. They got this information. There's information. So okay. Uh-oh, the road, hit the road. I hope. Huh. Okay, the White House, election, White House. Talk. Nobody talking. Okay, guys, treason. Look, loyalty upside down. Yearning. Lies are exposed. So wow, guys. Okay, so does he succeed? Does Michael Ellis succeed? Or did he succeed? Secret. Oh my god. Yeah. So this is intercepted. So I think that the guy is intercepted. Okay. It's kind of crazy because it's a good question, but it's like they are intercepted. Okay, the guy's intercepted. I have a feeling that he gets whatever documents he wants. They let him. This is like, okay, they let him get whatever the thing he was supposed to do there. They let him, and then he's caught in the act. In Portuguese, they say in flagrante. In the middle of, like, just like it happened with Robert Hansen, where the FBI arrested him the moment he was picking up the delivery from the Russians or dropping off information, something like that. The same way, they catch this guy in the middle of it, like as he's doing it. Because they say, of course, it'd be hard to prove, like, oh, he was browsing some documents, right? What does that even mean, right? It's not. It's like it doesn't mean anything. Like, oh, he was like open some files, right? That's not. Theoretically, I guess people could buy, could open files, but doesn't make sense if you get the files and you try to give it to somebody, or you come out, get out of the office with the files. They're like, bitch, gotcha, gotcha, bitch. Yeah, listen, I tracked your computer. I tracked your computer. I gotcha. I gotcha. hmm What is Air Force Base Andrews? What is Air Force Base? Is there Air Force Base Andrews? Is there something like the Air Force Base Andrews? Is there something like that? I'm looking it up, okay, Andrews, because say, yeah, I get a sense, guys, that he's transferred. But I think in that Air Force base, there's something like a guys, it's like, okay, I think some of these people, honestly, the ones that are like a real danger to national security, I think they're taken to these Air Force bases, I think he's taken there, or like maybe that's what. Oh wow, interesting. So, but it's something that, like, he's taken to the Air Force base, or there's something about this Air Force base where like, okay, interesting. Where Air Force One, interesting, guys. And I almost, what if, like, okay, I'm seeing this image. I almost can't believe it. Imagine if he goes, like, okay, seriously, guys, he goes to deliver this stuff to Trump. He goes over there. He's like, oh, I have to go to say goodbye to Trump and bring the documents with him or something. Okay, interesting. Oh, interesting. That he, okay. So let's see. Is he caught in the Air Force base? Let's say Andrew, because it's so specific, this information. So is he caught there? Is he caught in the act? What happens? Is he caught? Is he caught in there, over there? I don't know, guys. It's crazy. So I don't know. It's just also upsetting. So some news about, what is it? Changing. Somebody changes, huh? Changes for him. What is it? Oh yeah, the foreign. Some people, he goes on trip. Not so fast. Not so fast. Huh? No fast. Again, there's a woman here. See, there's like a woman. There's somebody. Ivanka, the retired man. So I wonder, some sort of intermediary. So I don't know, guys. This is weird, right? Like, this is. Oh. Oh, this is interesting, guys. Debbie's saying Marine One helicopter will fly Trump to Joint Air Force Base, where Air Force One is waiting. See, there's something there. You know what? I think Julie, she had asked this today when I first started. It was about this airplane. Why does he want the Air Force One? And you know what? I feel like there's something there. Like, he wants to meet up. That's right. And you guys are saying that that's where he's gonna have this send off party or whatever. But I do think there's something where he wants people to connect there and get informations. I'm serious. He wants people to deliver whatever stuff to him. And it seems like, okay, guys, it's okay. This seems like too much, like too obvious or something, but why, So tell me what happens to this guy. He's not, and I see that he's like, he's prevented. He goes to the place, and because I see this guy, he's, like airports, when you could see, you get to the airport, the gate, like you're waiting for the gate to open. And you can look, there's these windows that you can see the airplane leaving. And that there he is, when, he's in the thing, overlooking the window, and he sees that the airplane goes, or like he misses the flight. So this is interesting. He misses the flight. So yeah, so I think there was a plan there, and I think it's thwarted. I don't think it works. Okay. Now, connected to this, let me ask a different question, which is the question that was below. It was like way down the post. Okay. The question was about Adam Schiff and other people in the Biden administration saying that Trump should not have access to intelligence information, and that they're saying that this stuff is not a law, that it's a courtesy, and because of that they can prevent Trump from looking at intelligence, because guys, he's totally like, even okay. And there's the woman Sue Gordon, she was the head, she was acting director, remember, she was right under DNI, wasn't she, or something at CIA, something like that. So so she wrote an op-ed piece saying to the Washington Post, saying that he should not receive intelligence. For someone in the intelligence community, like that level, to say something like that in public, it's a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, she's basically saying we have information that he's a traitor, so make sure he can't sell this shit. Okay, so do they have information? Oh, that's right. They say they gave, even Jared, saying Jared, they, how do you call it? Like a test. I don't know how you say it. Like, they could give you a fake document to check if you're spreading it, and they did. So it got to Saudi Arabia from Jared. So they know that he's been doing, they has been doing, because it seems not even just Trump, but the entire family. Who is to say, guys? I don't know how quite these things work, but it's like, okay, if Jared is there in the house with Trump, who is to say that Jared is not going to look at it? Nobody, right? Like, so it's true that he would sell it, and he has sold it already in some way or another, right? So it's saying, okay, so no, yeah, it's very easy, and it's saying it's going to be obvious. Oh my god, it's going to be obvious. And it's saying, guys, it's saying here, like, how it's saying, people, we are of course all scared to see how many people voted for Trump and how they believe this information, but once the reality of what Trump has done comes out, and this is the challenge of Biden, he wants to make it transparent, he wants to show the public what Trump did, and information he has. It's not going to be hard to persuade people, unless you really are down, down and out. This is going to be this is going to be the moment of truth. Everything has to be revealed, and there's a resistance to truth, right? So this stuff is going to come out, and it's not going to be hard, it's not going to be complicated, because it's true, guys. My god. Oh, just the treason thing is really so true. And guys, the thing about Trump is like, okay, let's say theoretically that he committed treason only when he helped, Russia helped him get elected, theoretically, right? That would be one thing, that's bad enough. But the problem is that he continued to do that every single time. Every time he did this, like with so many different countries, he would sell like national policy for money, really. So, oh my god, can you imagine? Oh my god, no, you can imagine, you see it. Oh my god. So this is it, it has to be talked about. Wow. And I still see that this guy is going to try to go, oh, you know what, guys, the event, remember I told you, of course, the Michael Ellis person, he's still going to try to go to that place, and I think it's going to fail, it's going to be a big fail. Wow. So we're going to see, this is, sad but true, has to be talked about. Okay. And it's saying, okay, now, okay, guys, I was like, okay, I need to not, I need to stop myself here, because I was going to talk about the pardons, but let me look through the big list. I think there's more important questions for right now. Tomorrow, like I said, I am going to be on tomorrow and Wednesday, so we're going to have some time to talk about tomorrow, because that's when he's going to issue the pardons. But I already have a sense that is, a lot of it is not going to even be applicable. Okay. Now, okay, so we talked about the not having access to information. Okay, now this is good. So So okay, first let's talk about the Capitol siege. Now, did you see this news, guys? Of course, I'm very surprised. I surprised. So there's a woman. Okay, she went. Do you see this lady that her name is Riley June Williams from Pennsylvania? So she breached the Capitol and she went to Pelosi's office. She stole. She's the person who supposedly has the laptop. This woman, Riley Williams, has Nancy Pelosi's laptop. Not only that, but she told this her ex-boyfriend or somebody like that on the internet. Not I don't know where, but the news, the things in the news, the affidavit said. So she's told him that she has a contact in Russia, and the person she was gonna send this thing to the person in Russia, and the person would sell it to the security services in Russia. So I think this woman, she's not going to prison. Is she going to prison? No. Why? Is she going to prison? No. Okay, no, seriously, guys, the implications of you stealing the computer, and now you know the whole thing. But her emails, but Hillary, but her emails. Anyway, so she goes, she has the laptop, and she's gonna try. Like, I don't know how many years you get in prison for that. It's a lot of years. Okay, seriously, seriously, like, oh, and you know, it's weird coincidence, you know, there's everybody's connected to Russia. I think Russia, you know, is like, they love Russia, those people. Okay, but let's see. So, and oh, the other thing, this woman's not caught. She ran away. It said that the FBI went to her spoke to her mother, and her mother said that she went away for a couple weeks. She said, "Mom, I'm leaving. I'll be back, and you know, I'm gonna leave for a couple weeks," because she knew. Think about it. It is smart. It is smart. It is smart. But think about it. A person who sees that everybody is arrested and she tries to escape, she must know that she's in, you know what I mean? Why not? I guess, you know, they're all cowards, but it's like, just face, okay, do you think someone's gonna escape? I escape FBI. Call me I escaping. I escaping. Hello, Putin. I have your number here. I have computer. Do you want to buy? You want to buy a computer? Huh? You want it? It's gonna cost you $5 million from Nancy Pelosi. Nancy, yeah, Nancy. It's her fault. Everything is fault. Everything is her. Like, seriously, like, okay. I mean, seriously, guys, think about it. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna go get Nancy's computer and I'm gonna sell it to Russians. I mean, I can see how she's thinking. It's like, hey, President Trump, he got a lot of money from Russians. I'm gonna be rich. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be rich. Maybe Snowden needs a roommate. I'm gonna be, you know, I'm gonna be with him. I think he and I are soulmates. Snowden and I. Yeah, I know. Okay. Okay, no. So okay. Sorry. Oh my god. Okay, so tell me about this woman. She's in the basement. Yeah, I see her with the candle. She's in the dark basement. But I'm waiting for her to call me. She has a burner phone. I feel like she has a burner phone and she's trying to like have her contacts to connect with her, because I think she has her laptop, the laptop with her, and I think she may be taking some drugs, but she's hiding somewhere. In a weird, is it occupied building, something? I think she's hiding in someone's base. I don't know, some story like that. She's hiding in an attic or something. So she's like, she thinks she's very, I'm very smart. I am very smart. I am very smart. And it's saying, guys, that those computers like that, I think for every member of Congress, I believe it's trackable. Like, they have to be able to tell where it went. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. How do you call it? Like, it's not so simple. It's not like you know, it's, I don't quite understand how it works, but it's something like you could track it. They could, kind of like a phone. If it has power, they're gonna know where it is. Oh, really? I'm gonna use, I stole computer. I use internet. I only use internet. I use it. Internet. Yeah, no, it's, and I think she's talking to someone. She's like, "Are you? Oh my god, are you sure? Like, come on, it's really dangerous." She's like, "No, I can do internet. I do internet. I'm online. I'm online. I go on Google. I Google. It's working. It's working. I need a new computer. I'll just use it. Yeah, I use it. I use it. I use it. So 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 it's like something like that. Okay, I think they can tell where it is again. And they say they have to do it for exactly for this reason, because what if, you know, because guys, what if, let's say somebody, you know, with like, let's say somebody in Nancy's staff or someone like had a computer in their bag and they left it somewhere by mistake. They left in a train or something happened. Like if it hadn't been stolen, there's always the risk that something like that could. It's human, it's human. Sometimes you forget things or drops whatever. So this woman, so anyway, so she's screwed. I think she's screwed. Okay, and I see. Guys, do you know a place called Pocono Mountains? Where is that? Poconos. What is that? Pocono. Is there mountains? Pocono. It's not like Pocono. Is that what is it? Pocono? Pocono. Is it near Pennsylvania? It's like Pocono Mountains. Oh, what is it? Oh, interesting. Pocono Mountains encompass forested peaks, lakes, and valleys in the U.S. state of Pennsylvania. Oh yeah, I was right, guys. Sometimes I'm surprised. You know what I mean? I get info. Like, how do I know that shit? Interesting, no? Information. No, how do I know that? It's no. It says here Pocono Mountains for okay in the U.S. state of Pennsylvania. Oh yeah. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. Wow. It's near Delaware. That's right. Northeastern Pennsylvania. Hmm. Wow. Interesting. Interesting information, no? Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, it's in Pocono Mountains cabin that she belongs to some group that has a like a training ground over there too. So they can have there's a cabin that she could use or something. Empty cabin. I see she's, no pun intended, she's eating crackers. So she's like, has like a ration. She doesn't have a lot of food there. She's kind of scared. Oh, should I go look for her? Girl, it's true. Girl, it's true. Dun, 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 dun. Girl, it's true. Girl, it's true. And I see that she they're gonna check her. I don't know if she bought her burner phone with a credit card or something. They're gonna find. They're gonna find eventually. Okay. Wow, interesting. So this makes sense, guys. How do I know that? I must be psychic, no? Must be psychic. No, I'm serious. It's like sometimes I am surprised. I'm like, wow, this is crazy, no? But it's true. Soon they're gonna find her. Wow. But think about what kind of person, guys. Seriously, I'm gonna go steal Nancy's computer and I'm gonna sell it to Russians. Yeah, I think it's gonna work. No, I think working. Wow. Oh my God. Okay. So, so what are her connections to Russia? Seriously, like she has some Russian friends. Clearly, what is the story here? No, she's like delusional when she's like, I love Russians. I think they're doing the right thing. They're protecting Western civilization. And then she mails them, like I don't know, she gets contacts with some of them or something like that. And then like and then she's like, I really like Russia. I always identify with Russian and Russian things. And so she's like, she the idea that she knows somebody is more like some sort of like, guys, that okay. When I started, like let's say 2 years into the channel, I used to get a lot of emails. And it was clearly some of them, wanted to like they wanted to like get me to like I could okay, how do I say this? I know that if I wanted to be down with them, I could because they reach out to, they want influence. So if you want, it's not that hard to find someone who's but obviously the guys, Russians and many things, they're not stupid. Most of them are not stupid. They are organized in their intelligence things. Okay. So you can't just be like, hey, I think I want to go over there. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Let's it's not so simple. They will try to get you to do things for them, but not in a way that is so obvious, like that. So oh my God. What? What? Oh my God, guys, like stop the presses. Jones saying, when I moved back here, I went to see my old childhood camp in Poconos. It was Russian. They said it was a soccer camp. Okay, guys, what the hell? So there's a Russian thing going on in the Poconos right now? A little strange, no? A little strange. What? Wow. That's a little strange, I find. No, it's a little strange. No, what? Hmm. So, John is interesting. Interesting information. Huh? 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 What? No, seriously, I'm almost like, okay, guys, I'm almost like Joan, like seriously, like we're gonna together gonna call the FBI, be like, bitch, go look for that bitch over there. There's this Russian camp. Go look for that bitch over there. Oh yeah, we know what she is. We know that bitch. I'm imagining Joan and I were gonna go. She and I gonna drive over there with a megaphone. Bitch, we know you have Nancy's computer. We're gonna fuck you up. Bitch, we're gonna get you. Do you have Nancy's computer right now? What the hell is wrong with you? Like, no, it's scary. Those people have guns. I mean, I shouldn't, I shouldn't go over there with attitude, but like, but it's like that's what it's like. Hey, June, let's go, girl. Hmm. Wow, we're gonna go. Hey, we're gonna go kick in the cabin. We're like, listen, girl, I know you have Nancy's computer. I know you have Nancy's computer. Get out of there before the FBI catches you. So, oh my God, guys, this was several years ago. They were low key. Oh yeah, I'm so. Wow, okay. No, no, no. Okay, what are the odds, guys? Don't you think it's a little strange? It is a little strange. Like there's a Russian thing going over there, and I see Pocono. They're like, and the spirits are like, yeah, oh yeah, they're gonna be two or three. Oh my God, this is crazy, guys. What's going on with the world? Sometimes I think I'm crazy. What? No, who's explaining to you? Joan is saying they were explaining. The Russians you met were talking about the FSB. You have to call the FBI right now, Joan. What the hell? Who is they? She's saying, so Joan went to the place where she used to have her camp, and now it's a Russian thing. Now it's a Russian thing. But then she says they were telling her the KGB is now the FSB. Like that is too specific. Like a kind of random Russian person tells you that, it's kind of like, whoa, what? Are you serious? Oh my God. I don't know if a cop. I think you should tell the FBI. Wow. Wow. Guys, okay, today's tape, I'm gonna send the FBI from my house. Wow. No, seriously, it's like it's so specific. What are the odds? I mean, really, what are the odds? Wait, they told you this? The Russians that you saw on the camp, they were telling you about the KGB and the FSB? That's okay. They were. What? No, and guys, I know Joan personally. We talked several times, she and I on the phone. She's not I know you. I know you, girl. I know the people at the camp were telling me, yeah. Oh, what? Okay, okay. It's shady. Okay. My God. Okay, no, seriously. Okay, I'm alarmed right now. What? I'm just like, what? How does that even happen? No, okay, guys. Imagine me if I met a Russian person. They start telling me about the FSB. I'm like, hold on a second. Let me press the record button. I'll be right back. Make voice memo. Make voice memo. What? Like, wow. Sorry. Okay. It's kind of okay. Let's try to move on here. But don't you think it's kind of strange? Like a very strange situation. By the way, okay, talk about strange and those people. Yeah. So talk about okay. So talk about strange and those people. No, seriously, you should just send in tips. Okay, just send in tips because they might use this information for something else later. Okay, so go to the tips page and send this information. Okay, so just say the girl in Pennsylvania. Just say it like just say okay, just say I follow a weird psychic, but she was telling me the girl is in the Poconos Mountain, and then I remember, like, I'm serious. Like, what if it doesn't mean anything until it does, right? So okay, so then like oh, the story that remember the mother. I think I was wrong. I was wrong about the mother, the Bobert. The woman looked like Bobert's mother, but apparently it's somebody else. Somebody else. So that was a mistake. Okay, so I apologize, but it looked like her, and I would not put it past her, but it's not her. Somebody else apparently. Okay, now let me go back here. Wow, I'm just like processing the information, guys. This is crazy. Okay. Now let's talk about going back to this. Let's go back to this the topic. of like the background checks on all the 25,000 people in the National Guard. Okay, so let's go back to this conversation because there's several questions about this. So then we have, okay, we have the Army Reserve here. Army reservists is among the latest to be charged for the environment. So there's some, military people. So what's going to be the result of the FBI checking those 25,000 people? Joan, I would not tell the local cops because this is a federal thing. It's about, the local cops don't have anything to do with Russians. Honestly, that's not something they would. It's more like something that would be more of like intelligence kind of thing. Okay, I would not. I would just go on the tips thing for the FBI. I would not tell them like what do they know. They're not going to be interested. It's more about the other. I don't know. That's my okay. But let me go back here to this. Okay, so tell me about the 25,000. What is it going to be the result of it? Yeah, I think they're going to be able to whisk away some people. It's even 200 people at least. But I don't know. Okay, not everybody says stuff on the internet using their name. Doesn't make sense. Like most people don't have. They could have like a name, like what you call it, like a just like, okay, like they could have a fake name, or they could have. It's not necessarily at this point for them to do something so quickly. Like I don't know, it doesn't make sense. Like they have to check the IP addresses of 20, like a lot of information. I think it's very preliminary, but they still might be able to get some people out, just at least from the more they're going to do a security review, so they're going to be able to remove some of these people. But again, I think, guys, the danger is not the group. It's not as a group. It's as lone wolves, whatever you call it, as people who did it on their own. Okay, that's the danger, and that's the ones that they may not be able to catch it only with a sniper thing when they try to move. Okay. So okay, so then there's this news here. The FBI has arrested several members of the extremist group Oath Keepers and the 3%ers. These are well-known white supremacist groups. Okay, so my question is, guys, I was remembering the other day, I was telling you that um I had seen that there would be eventually the FBI would go into these like militia compounds to arrest people. And I think some of these groups have their compounds. They have like, so is it going to happen? And how is it going to, kind of like try to like storm into these compounds? They were waiting for it. They want it to happen. Like those people. Okay. Yeah, they will have to do that. But this is the thing again, is because this was never policed. Okay, so guys, okay. So I was just looking at the questions. Oh my God, it's 9:08. Oh, just a few more, okay? A couple more. So what could we expect tomorrow? Because guys, tomorrow is the last day of the Trump administration. Other than pardons, what else is going to happen? And then after this question, we'll talk on tomorrow, okay, for real. But what to expect tomorrow? What's going to happen? I see Ivanka. I almost feel like Trump might try to pardon Ivanka. because guys, seriously, she argued with him. It's like, Dad, if I'm a felon, I can't run for office in whatever, like something like that. So what's gonna happen tomorrow? Pardons. Nobody worry about money. Offer. Oh, and did you see also, guys, that Trump was saying? Oh, this is another thing I haven't asked. Did you see that Trump made a comment apparently that he wants $2 billion for his library? Remember how I said I always thought that he would try to cut. This is exactly what I thought he wanted from the government. He said, "Give me some money, couple billions exactly." I think I said like, and I'm thinking to myself, obviously, he's not. He cares a lot about library. No, said no one ever. He doesn't care about library, right? He needs to in his mind he needs 2 billion, so he's like, they need to give me a couple billion, and I don't care. No, it's not gonna be the library. I don't care, just give me the money. I need the money. Why don't you just give me the money? So, oh look, deals with the law, that's right. So private. So, oh, interesting. Hmm. Moving changes permanent are recognized. Big prize. Oh, look, the debts. That's right. He has to give, like I was telling you, he has to give information so he can get, oh, look, he owes money already, showing that he has. I think this stuff of the NSA and whatever it is, I think, guys, Trump owes money to the Russians. This is the thing, is going to be tough on him. I think, it's not just the legit debts that he has. It's like also probably also like these like things that were not paid. Because you saw that the old Deutsche Bank says that they don't want to do business with Trump. Well, it's not that Trump ever paid the stuff before. It was the Russians who did it or something like that, right? So now he owes money, and I think this is like, because I think Lindsay asked earlier. So Trump is not that smart. How does he know to do what? And it's saying they would be like, they always would be dangling the carrot and say, oh, if you do this, we will give you this. We'll forgive you the debts. We do this and that. So this is this is how they got this stuff. So what kind of harm will Trump do or try to do tomorrow? About what? Some financial thing. Angry. Good deal. Man. Flatterer. Guys, I think tomorrow we're also gonna see more news about. This is a whole other. Oh my God, I didn't even add this. It's like how many. So the pardons, the scandals. So over the weekend, they come out the news about the pardon scandals, like how a lot of people were getting paid a lot of money to go to Trump and say, give this person a pardon. Do you see this? So I feel like there's some news tomorrow coming out about how he got money for pardons. And even like there's some, oh, guys, there's okay, there I see again, the news are so fast and furious that I didn't even have a chance to do it. There was information, this is the thing, tomorrow we'll talk about it, that they already are tracing, like the rally is support, like the Trump campaign is paying for this rally, the stop the steal thing, and that Robert Mercer donated for this. He's like shady. So it doesn't make sense. So there's something here. All these people getting pardons. There's something here where I think it's gonna come out that this is a whole other question for tomorrow. But it's like that we're gonna the connection for the money. Like who paid for this the mob thing? All right. Like in some way or another, we see that the people who are like, okay, let's say for example that you were, imagine that you were like, an event planner or something. Like let's say you let's say you created an event, you paid for the event, where you were the person who paid for it was the one telling people to break things. So in other words, if some sort of Trump, it was like a Trump campaign, it was also they can trace it to the Trump campaign, right? So the Trump campaign, Trump was on stage saying go to the Capitol, and he paid for this event, right? And he's also the person who who incited the violence. He's responsible, no matter how you slice it. Think about it. This is like, guys, you could even argue, okay, other people, let's say that there was the campaign manager was not involved. But when you see the situation where his own, like the campaign is directly involved and he's on top of the thing saying, oh yeah, just go over there. Remember how he said before the whole thing started, I remember on the news they were saying, "Oh, Trump said to them, go to the Capitol. I'll go there with you." And everybody was like, "Oh, is he really going to walk with them?" He wasn't, obviously, but he said he was. I'm there in spirit. So, in other words, the connection, the responsibility is all his own. So, so yeah, guys, the responsibility is going to be more and more. Is going to be more harder and harder to. I mean, but guys, I see this is going to be amazing because they're going to have to trace the money, and the money is going to show who paid for this thing. It's going to be there. We have to have a list of these people. Come on. And you know what, guys? It's saying, oh my God, I hope through. I hope through. It's saying that Trump he pays the boys, whatever you call it, the Proud Boys are paid by Trump. Some of them are on the payroll. I'm serious. How guys, every time you read the news, like there's the Trump campaign pays money to all these people for nothing. The woman who was okay, did you see that the niece of what's his name? The niece of Mulvaney, she was on the campaign payroll, something like that. She made $5,000 a month. Everybody was on the payroll, everybody and their mother. So I'm sure in a way or another, you're going to find that the campaign is paying these people. Because, guys, think about it. Trump invited them to the White House, remember? I think there's a financial connection there too. You know what I mean? This is how they operate. He likes somebody gives you money. It's transactional. Things people don't do stuff for free, right? So, and you know how Trump always gives access to people who give him money. And the same way he rewards people that he thinks could do. So okay, quick question. Has Trump paid the Proud Boys before? Oh, look, it's the soulmates. New beginning. Oh, traps. So, okay, and expect the visit. That's right. They visit. They visit. Did they pay the Proud Boys? Oh, look, that's it. Protector. He's the protector. There's a protector here. Oh, oh, look. Oh, no. Death, ending, problemos. So the thing is aborted, it creates deaths and ending. Literato means information. So it doesn't necessarily tell me exactly. I don't get a lot of financial cards yet necessarily. Okay, so news of the connection, but it shows that they're on the same page. Absolutely. Okay, they're on the same page. The public. Okay, so happy, they were happy. This is think about it. Messengers. They were the happy messengers at the event. So, and I think, guys, we have here the card of the protector, which is usually connected to financial protector. So either could be that one of Trump's donors pays for them. Even if it's not him, then it's somebody on behalf of Trump, right? So, so this is it. It's going to be more and more problematic, and it's saying we're going to know this information by the time the impeachment thing rolls on, the trial. Guys, it's crazy. So anyway, so I'm done for today. Okay, I'm gonna go. It's 9:20. It's been 2 hours, and but tomorrow at the same time, I'm gonna be on because can you imagine tomorrow's gonna be crazy, guys? It's gonna be crazy, and then also Wednesday. Okay, so I hope stay strong. I'm gonna think about it tomorrow. I'm gonna send the information about the sniper. Isn't that crazy? It's kind of crazy, the sniper situation. Oh, and I asked Steph, don't worry about the thing about the guy. I'm glad you gave the name. I was just kind of, distracted here with everything. So, okay. So wow, guys, stay strong. Okay. It's going to be tough. It's going to be intense. Those people are going to try to do bad things, but it's part of the growth of this country is to reveal things. And we have to, it's part of it. So, okay. All right. So I'll see you tomorrow and have a good, try to relax, you know, try to relax, relaxing. very relaxing. It's not gonna, it is scary, but okay. All right. So have a good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Bye. Bye.